Well, everyone, let's go ahead and do a comparison between the iPhone 11 and the Samsung Galaxy S10 in 2023 and see which particular phone is the better one for you. Now, I will definitely tell you between these two products, there's definitely some advantages and disadvantages of buying both of these iPhones. The first thing to keep in mind is that both of them came out in 2019. Now, 2019 was a very, very crazy year. There was a lot of cool stuff that happened in this particular year. I mean, we had the OnePlus 7 Pro, iPhone 11, Note 10, and even the Galaxy S10. And there were lots of advantages of buying these particular devices. Now, the first thing, like I mentioned before, is that with a device like the iPhone 11, this one had a 6.1-inch Retina IPS panel on it. And it was a very, very average type of panel. It was IPS, so you weren't getting like the best, latest type of capability, but it was still a pretty decent panel when it came down to it. And I definitely do think that was one really big advantage for this type of device. It was good enough at the time, but it really wasn't that great, and that was the problem. The Samsung Galaxy S10, on the other hand, had a much better looking display. This thing was substantially better looking in every single dimension, and that's basically what was going on when you were getting a product or getting a device like the Samsung Galaxy S10. This one also had a 6.1-inch display, but it was dynamic AMOLED and it was 1440p. That type of capability right there is amazing, and having a device like that that stands the test of time from that perspective is very cool. And that is one of my favorite things of getting a device like this, because that panel still holds up so well, against all the phones that have came out so far. USB Type-C port on the Galaxy S10, micro SD card slot, and headphone jack on that product. That is amazing type of quality. With the iPhone 11, you were only getting that Lightning port, which again is good enough, but it really wasn't that great, to be honest. On the back, glass back on the iPhone 11, so was same thing on the Galaxy S10. Triple camera setup on the S10, dual camera setup on the iPhone 11. Without a doubt, you were getting a way better system and just a way better camera in general, and just a way better everything, I would say, on the Samsung Galaxy S10, at least from a hardware perspective, than the iPhone 11. Another big thing here is that with the Galaxy S10, having that wide ultrawide and telephoto lens was very cool and very important. The iPhone 11 camera is still very good, wide and ultrawide sensor, but definitely the Samsung Galaxy S10 was giving you so much better perspective, which was so important to kind of keep in mind. You were getting 4K at 60 on both the front and the back of the Samsung Galaxy S10 and the iPhone 11, but it's a very nice thing to basically have that type of capability of having a very good camera sensor on the Galaxy S10. But the iPhone 11's camera sensor was also very good, but I definitely did like the Galaxy S10's a little bit more. Now, from a software and longevity standpoint, I would say both these phones are fairly good for the most part. The iPhone 11 lasted much longer than the Samsung Galaxy S10, but the Galaxy S10 still lasted for quite a bit of time. And like I said, if you're talking about both these products side by side, I do think the iPhone still does a really good job. It does a better job than the Samsung Galaxy, but the Galaxy S10 did last for an extra year of software support, which I do think kind of accounts for something here. So from my perspective, I definitely do think the S10, although it doesn't last as long as the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 still has a very good, head, in front of it, and I think that's a big advantage of the iPhone 11 over the Samsung Galaxy S10. Now, from a performance side of things, the iPhone 11 was giving you that Apple A13 Bionic chip inside with 4 GB of RAM, where the Samsung Galaxy S10 was giving you that Snapdragon 855 chipset inside with 6 GB of RAM on the base model, but it did go up to 8. My Galaxy S10 actually had 6. And from a performance standpoint, I still felt like the Samsung Galaxy S10 did a better job at the heavier performing games and apps that I did, that I kind of compared to it at the time. But over time, the iPhone 11 probably did catch up, and I would say as of this point, the iPhone 11 is a better performing device overall right now than the Galaxy S10. And that's basically what happens over time, as you get software updates and better devices. The Samsung Galaxy S10 definitely did a better job, I would say, overall in the beginning, but then towards the end of the lifespan, the iPhone 11 kind of did a better job from there. So to kind of sum it up, what I'll definitely tell you is the Samsung Galaxy S10, I think hardware-wise and for what this phone brought in 2019, basically was a better phone overall than the iPhone 11, and it really wasn't even that close. However, over time, now that the Galaxy S10 is kind of done getting software support, I would probably say that the iPhone 11, as of this point, is probably the better device than the Samsung Galaxy S10. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.